Greetings, fellow Empyreans. I am Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden, and it is November 18th, YC127. The Catalyst expansion is here, mostly, and we will be looking all into it today on the Eve Universe Show. Welcome, 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 guys. How's it going? It is good to see you guys. I am here on Catalyst Day, even though some of the expansion isn't. We will be covering a lot of the stuff about what's going on. We've been looking into some of the details. For those of you who have not yet, I did actually record a video and posted it by itself again. It's a 4-hour stream where we go over everything in the expansion notes that they released last week. So we're not going to go into every single nitty-gritty detail about what happened in the expansion today. If you want all of that, that's there, and I recommend you checking it out. Today is more about exploring the realities of what is actually there, which in this case is very, very important, because like most patch days for most games, today is kind of a bit of a mess. And I will, like, before anybody tries to say that I'm white knighting anything, today is a bit more of a mess than normal. But there is still plenty to check out and plenty to talk about. Before we dive into anything too deep, though, I do want to say on the top, as my PSA to everybody, and we'll probably mention this multiple times, hopefully people in chat will remind me to keep mentioning this to people in chat, but there is now a free week of Omega, for Omegas. So let's look into exactly how this works. Oh, shoot. Actually, I just realized that this account I've already done it with. Yeah, no, UI is being reset all the time. There's a lot of weird bugs here and there with today's patch. Again, like, so, in fact, some of my plans for what I was going to do today just didn't end up working out. For example, so as just a small preview of what level of, like, there's bugs that we're dealing with. Currently, the Odysseus, the new ship that is, like, one of the highlights of the whole thing, as Gone Link Dead just pointed out, cannot be built. You can get the BPC, you can get all the materials for it, you get it to the station, and it says this station can't use this blueprint, no matter where you take it. So you cannot currently build the BPC, or you cannot currently build the new ship, and you cannot currently buy the new charges for mining foreman links. Both of those are not there, but that's not... all my work to stage Matt's ruin. Well, I mean, no, it'll still be good. It'll just be good tomorrow. I've gotten pretty much confirmation behind the scenes that the BPC stuff will be fixed tomorrow. As long as we don't get a boot.ini issue. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, like, compared to previous patch days, today's pretty smooth. Eternity Sphere, so one of the things that happens is if somebody posts like 2 sentences together but doesn't put a space in between, you just word period word, it just takes it as a URL and kills it. So if you want to try again. All right, so but before we get into anything else, I do want to jump in here and point out if we hide the browser right now, if you go into the Nest store, right? The New Eden store. What? Come on, mouse. What is happening? Mouse. There we go. If I go into the New Eden store, there is, if you haven't yet, you can still get your metamorphosis for doing your doing your civic duty and voting in the CSM if you haven't yet. But there is this 7-day Omega for 10 plex. Okay, now if you have Omega now, then when you open up this window, you'll see also you can pick up 10 plex for free. Okay, in fact, actually let's show off another new feature. I can open up my wallet, right? I assume it's in my wallet, and I can see that I have a transaction from the Nest store for 10 plex. Okay, so if you open up your Nest store, you can get, am I going to scan down mining sites? I'm probably going to try to do that afterwards. What we're going to do first is the Epic Arc, and then we'll just kind of see where we go from there. But, so these 7 days of Omega, that is for 10 plex. If you have Omega already, they also give you the 10 plex. So if you have Omega, you have 10 plex that you can pick up in the store. And then if you want to, you can spend that 10 plex to get 7 days of Omega. If you are, bad news is the Epic Arc is also bugged in the first mission. That got fixed, from my understanding, a few hours. But we'll talk about that in a second. So everyone can buy 7 days of Omega for 10 plex. All right. And right now, plex is like about 5 million ISK per unit. So for 50 million ISK, you can get 7 days of Omega, even as an alpha. So that's pretty cool. But if you're an Omega, they give you that 10 plex, and then you can choose to spend it on 1 week of Omega, or just pocket the 10 plex and call it good. So that is kind of where that's going. And then also, there's a daily login campaign. And thankfully, unlike the previous daily login campaign, this one is very much more forgiving. It's a 7-day campaign that you have 16 days to do it with. I got outmined by filamenting to another null system and then jumped back through Thera. It took 5 billion in BPO out of ore. Awesome. Yeah. Somebody already picked me up a BPO for the no 14. Is it? Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Oh, okay. I'm so dumb. I don't know why I didn't. Okay. Thank you, Malin. Never mind. I disregard. It is actually pretty tight. So you can only miss 2 days of the next 2 weeks in order to get all of the prizes. And the top prize is on the last day. So there is 150,000 skill points for Omega that is on the line. You are no longer, you have to log in every single day for the next week, 2 weeks, sorry, in order to get that on your Omega account. But you do get a total of like 300,000 skill points, it looks like. Just rough estimate based on what I'm seeing here. But that last day is 150,000 skill points. And then, of course, the limited metallic. We'll look at all those in just a second, or, in a little bit. Actually, yeah, we'll look at that in a little bit. Also, the 7-day Omega is available from till the 27th of November. So yeah, you've got what, 2 weeks? You have about 2 weeks to pick that up too. So that's fine. But do make sure, if you haven't already, go into the Nest store and pick up your Metamorphosis, because that's going to be gone a lot relatively soon as well. If you voted for the CSM, make sure you pick up your free Metamorphosis. I just saw something interesting with the new skins. Check out the Venture Refined Resource. Yeah, it does add scaffolding. That's true. But there's so much to cover, guys. We're going to try to do this in a semi-coherent manner. Okay. I also remember we have our list of questions that we might try to figure out how to answer from last stream, where we had our questions about mining and stuff, which, by the way, the very first of those questions already got answered. This is another pro tip, guys. So here's your pro tip. I am currently in Kisogo, which is the site of the Epic Arc. If you want to get into the Epic Arc, you just open up your agency and you go to your under agencies. It's under agents and missions, Epic Arcs, Fractured Legacy, and that will bring you to here. It's a very short Epic Arc. It's a 3-mission long Epic Arc, so it's almost nothing to do, but it does give you the new mining ship for free. Now, while you're here, though, what I strongly recommend you do is there are 2 new skills, okay? These 2 new skills are Mining Precision and Mining Exploitation. Now, you can buy both of these skills from the UI, right? If you just want to, you can just pick them up just like a lot of other skills. But when you buy things from the UI, you pay, I think, a 30% upcharge. So if you're already going to Kisogo anyways, which, by the way, Kisogo just hit time dilation, which means they didn't reinforce it today, which is insane. What? Okay, that's a choice. At any rate, so anywho, these 2 skills are actually for sale in the same system. Okay, like skill books get sold by NPC war like academies, right? And it just so happens that the State War Academy is in system with you and has the both the mining precision and the mining exploitation skill books. So you can get both of those for one is 20 million ISK and the other is 100,000 ISK. You have to have mining precision to 4 in order to start training mining exploitation. And these two skills are involving the new crit system that mining ships have, where now mining cycles can crit. The mining precision influences how often you crit, where the mining exploitation impacts how much a critical success gives you as far as bonus ore goes. So again, like a lot of these things we dig into very deeply in the video from yesterday or the other day. Go check it out if you want to. Now, let's see. Let's jump into the article. The Catalyst expansion is here. Capsuleers, mining is the foundation of New Eden, and with the Catalyst expansion has now become more dynamic, rewarding, and contested. Catalyst introduces new ore, new ships, the 2D map, new epic arcs, and much more. New phase fields and prismaticite, the most valuable ore ever seen, ignites a new resource rush across New Eden. Cooperation, mixed fleets, and a great deal of courage are required to claim the new riches. Race to claim them, but be alert, because every mining operation can turn into a battlefield. This expansion gives new pilots a strong start with an easy path into mining through the Fractured Legacy Epic Arc. Faster ways to earn and a new ship to build, ship build to grow with you. Discovering adventures across New Eden has never been easier. So it is true that this mining destroyer is alpha friendly, as is this current event or this Epic Arc, which is kind of funny. So like, first of all, before we get too deep into this, there is a funny thing, which is that one of the more funnier bugs of today is if you open up your ship tree, according to the ship tree, even the Venture requires Omega. Because if you look here, there's the Omega lock that's here. Even though there's also an Omega lock here and an Omega lock here, there's this extra Omega lock right here, which implies that the mining the Venture and the Venture Consortium issue requires Omega, but this is not true. This Omega lock symbol right here should not be there. This one can be there, this one can be there, and these two can be there, but this one here should not be there. Fun bug. Okay. Okay, so we see a bunch of new stuff. TLDR, a new unpredictable ore ignites galaxy-wide resource rush. Command new ships, the Pioneer Mining Destroyer and the Odysseus Exploration Ship. Mining refined with faster cycles, critical hits, and improved UI. Explore the stars with new 2D map. Start your journey with a new epic arc. Carriers updated, Plex logs added, and more. Again, we go over all this stuff in the longer mission, or in the longer video, where we dig into each individual point. And I strongly recommend. I know some people are like, oh my God, 4 hours? Yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about. So instead of repeating it all now, I'm going to just point people back to that. Mysterious hyperspace fractures tear across New Eden. Also, there is a video today. There is a released trailer video, but like CCP has started using copyrighted music in their stuff. And I just don't want to deal with my stuff being like demonetized today, even if I, like I can fix it within a couple of hours. I still don't like want to deal with that. So if you guys want to see the trailer, let me know, but I'm probably going to put it on with no sound, even though there is talking. So I just recommend going and checking out the trailer. It's fine. It's a fine trailer. It's not, maybe I will do more of an analysis of it at some point. I kind of made the joke that it's more of a summer expansion trailer than a winter expansion trailer, but either way, we'll get there. We'll cover stuff. All right. Let's see. Lead your feet further. Conquer with the Odysseus. Except for you can't actually build an Odysseus right now. Other enhancements. Omega for all. Until 27th of November, all capsuleers can claim special Omega offers for 10 Plex for 7 days. That's what we were talking about earlier. If you are Omega, you get the 10 Plex given to you. or it can just go into your war chest. So that's until the 27th of November. That's what we talked about earlier. This is the perfect boost, blah, blah, blah. Then your daily rewards. We covered that. 530,000 SP total for those, for Omegas. We'll look at all of that. Actually, let's look at the lava. Let's look at those Skinner components now. Or those rewards. So on day 1, we have Cyan Haze Matte. I assume all of these are new. Let's create a new design. We like to... I get griped at every single time about my my ship selection for skins. That's true. Oh yeah, that's a really solid point, Malin. That's a really solid point. Okay, guys. If you are an alpha, do not pick up your 7 days of Omega today, right? Just put some buy orders on the market. See if anybody's selling their Plex for cheap. You've got some time. This time next week, right? Anytime after this time next week, anytime after 7 days from now, hold on. Yeah. So from the 7 days from now is the 25th. So the 25th, the 22nd, if you pick up your Omega then, you will be Omega for the entire track. So for 10 Plex, you can pick up the entire track and all 530,000 skill points as on top of the 7 days of Omega. If you do not pick it up today, if you pick it up today, then it'll expire on the 25th, and then you won't pick up the final results. So you got to wait until the 25th to buy your 7 days of Omega time as an alpha if you want to get the full track bonuses. Thank you so much, Malin, for pointing that out. All right, we're going to use the Babaraga for today's Skinner stuff. That way we have some nice flat areas. We have some nice curvy areas. All right, so we can look here and see, what is the first one? It's like a haze matte. So it's a matte and it's like a teal? Hold on, let's go look. Yeah, it's like a teal looking color. Cyan haze. Oh, no, don't show, don't only show owned, because I need one that isn't owned. If only this was easier to find. Hold on. What does it actually look like? Yeah, it looks like that. So, am I... Oh, not in your collection. Okay, great. So here we go. It is a very light teal. I actually really like that. That has a good look to it. Is there anything else? That one's too faded. That one's too deep. Yeah, no, I'm digging this as a basic plain color. Next, so we get that in the Starseed Blast. Tomorrow we will get the Mining Destroyer Operations Expert System, which gives you... I mean, a lot of... Oh, it does give you Gas Cloud Harvesting. That's the biggest one, because that's an expensive skill. So an alpha could pick that up, and then... or, yeah, somebody who doesn't have it could pick it up, and by the time you can do some gas huffing and have enough to... pay for the 40 million skill book to actually get it long term. Next is Amber Flow Gloss. It's like a brown, right? Amber Flow Gloss. Okay, so this is like a yellowish brown. That's pretty good. It looks like a burnt orange. Is there... That one's pretty close, but also not in my collection, so that's a bad sign. It's deeper than paw juice. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair color. It's definitely different than the ones that I already have. It is yeah, that's true. It's pretty close to like ore yellow, right? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. My door did open. Hold on. All right. So, let's see. Sorry about my camera being all jumpy. The interaction between the system that I'm using for my camera and Eve, because Eve is taking up my resources, I guess. I don't know. My camera's going to be a little bit jumpy. I probably should pick up a new webcam or something. Okay, so then Suspect Saffron Gloss. It is so close to the same color. It seems odd to release both of these colors at the same time. Right? Like that seems very odd to release these next to each other. But whatever. Dusty Residue Matte. Okay, so that's like a darker brown. It isn't exactly the same as any of the other colors nearby it. So that's fine. That's a brown. That's basically brown. I'll never understand what they're doing with Skinner, just make all these things unlimited. Well, so I guarantee you it's because CCP is afraid of them not being valuable enough if they are unlimited. Especially ones that are released in a short time. I don't know. They probably also want these things to be dropping, because that's the thing, is that these are drops all over the place too, usually. They extract value from Plex through building the skins. Well, yeah, the unlimited ones do require the sequencers to do it. Well, this has nothing to do with necessarily money, because like if they give away a limited one versus an unlimited one, it doesn't really matter. It does cost Plex to make a skin, but the additional cost for an unlimited versus a limited is usually in the alignment sequencers. You have to now pay alignment sequencers every single time. Yes, the Plex it's going to cost Plex either way, regardless of whether it's a limited or an unlimited Skinner component. But the point is that a limited one, people will continually need new copies of it in theory. Whereas an unlimited one, like there's a saturation point where everybody who wants it now has it, and then it's not worth anything anymore. But if they had more of the colors and patterns unlimited, they would have more people making skins. I'm not 100% sure if that is necessarily the case. I don't think that the reason why people aren't dealing with the Skinner stuff as much is because of the absence of unlimited components. I mean, I could be wrong. Somebody might be able to tell me. They're just, in the general, like, a lot of people see them as too valuable or too expensive because of the Plex cost. That's a whole story. Either way, that's a whole thing. Okay, so actually we skipped over, well, we'll do colors first. Next is Ruddy Vein Matte, which is like a darker brown. Oh, okay, so this is like a plum. Ruddy Vein Matte is closer to like a plum-like color. Which I don't see anything too close to that. So yeah, that's a good color. That's a really good color. Overall. Glacial Prospects Gloss. I just got 570 of the same unlimited. Where am I? What? It's like a silver. There it is. Ooh. Oh, no. No, this is good. This one's good. That's almost better than like some of the metallics. So, what is this? Ruddy or Glacial Prospect Gloss, right? Yeah. That's a good one. It is a stellar rarity. Are all of these stellar rarities? I don't actually know. Yeah, we're going over components, Punch. All right, critical kyanite gloss? Critical kyanite gloss. So it's like a blue-green. Is this it? Nope, that's pure dot. Poi dot, whatever. I do wish these were way easier to search through. It is... It looks so much like this peppermint one. Ah, there it is. That is also... I'm a big fan of teal, personally. You got... Wait. Wizard, you gotta tell me... You gotta tell me your secret. What is Wait, what? I can do my Comstar WB theme now? Nice. So, hold on. Yeah, I don't know if I like this one as much because if you can see, like, these other ones are so close to it in style. Although these are also limited. How do you have an Odysseus? No, but nobody can put Odysseus into build right now, Wizard. You can't actually start the building. Has that been fixed now? Because I was told that that won't be fixed until tomorrow. Yeah, when you try to put the Odysseus in, it'll... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Odysseus should not be... Or as of right now, the Odysseus is not being built. So if you found a way to build it, you should probably let us know. Yeah, there's Setonia, who, again, worked for CCP, confirming that it'll be fixed at downtime tomorrow. The Wizard... Send me a screenshot, Wizard. Obviously, redact everything that you need to redact. It's not built... Oh, yeah. Okay. It's on the way. Okay. What did you say? But you said it's in the oven, you liar. I was feeling pretty good about CCP releasing 5 ships in this expansion instead of 2 until I watched the Skinner stuff. Now I have to question whether it was a money play to account for FX reasons. I'm not sure. I mean, I think that there is design space for those ships. It's in the casserole dish? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. But either way. Okay, let's keep going. We have, we did Critical Kyanite Gloss, Electrum Envy Metallic, which is like a greenish. So is that this one? No. Nope. There we go. Oh, yeah. Teal but metal. I'm digging it. What about... I mean, yeah, it's a little bit more metallic-y than the alternatives that are here. But also, these other ones are also all limited. Or at least I don't own them. So that works. Event Horizon Black. This is the one I've been wanting to check out because this is black. I like to... Oh, God, what was that? There's a ship from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that this skin reminded me of, or this component. Let's go ahead and check it out. Hot Black Desiato Starship. That's what it is. Oh! Oh, yeah. Oh, that's black. That's a good amount of black. Look at that. No, no light reflection whatsoever. Just light falls into it. Hold on. I gotta find this quote. Hold on. Hot black Desiato ship quote. Where is it? It says, where is it? Where is it? It's whatever. Yeah, in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there's a ship that's like all black called Hot Black Desiato Sun Jumper or something like that. It's really bad for the eyes, right? Legally distinct Vanta Black. Yeah, exactly. This is good. This is going to be a very popular Skinner component. And it's available only for people that are Omega that make it to day 11. So that's going to be valuable. And then Gelded Omnidust Gloss. It's like a, there it is. So, ooh, okay. So this is like the brown, but with like almost the blue opalescent coloring effect on it. So that's an interesting one too. I'll grab 30 of those. If anyone misses there on their login track, hit me up. Hell yeah. Plum Depths Metallic. Oh, that is also a winner. Oh, that is also a winner. It's got it, so it's purple with that blue opalescent color on top on a metallic. So yeah, that is probably almost, yeah, this is my favorite purple. This is my favorite purple I have, yeah, Covenant. It is very Halo Covenant, right? I've got suddenly the Halo soundtrack like kicks into my head. No, this is very Covenant purple. I love this color. This is a great color. And is there a final one or no? No, that is the final one. So that is only for 14 days. So this is going to be a very rare color compared to some of the others. Automatically hate that because I hate Halo. Well, you know, I haven't played Halo since like Halo 3, so I'm led by mostly nostalgia. So let's look at the actual track. We looked at the skill points. We looked at the colors. There's also Slipstream Crossroads, which is a pattern, which looks like a snowflake almost, right? Let's. Okay. Let's make that bigger. Oh, yeah. I think you could probably do some cool stuff with that. Especially if you do like, can you do this? What happens if we hit mirror? Then when we rotate it, it'll do cool stuff. And if we offset it a little bit, then we can do some even more cool stuff. Yeah. I feel like this could do something. And then if I project it, we can see like, oh yeah, you can do some crazy stuff depending on your angle, right? So like, there you go. That's pretty cool. And then Rough Element Limited, which looks like chaos. I don't know how to describe that. Just looks like a noise pattern almost, but let's look for it. Here we go. Let's reset everything. Can we just reset? Project from top. No longer mirror it. I mean, yeah, okay, so it basically is just a noise pattern. And you can zoom it out or in. That's kind of cool. I bet you this combined with some other Skinner effects could really do some very interesting looks to it, especially if you like, I wonder what happens if we like do that. That could be cool. You'll be able to fade it well. Yeah, yeah, adding like the fade effect on top of that. Ooh, already starting to look kind of cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, the color, I mean, like, it's just random. You can pick a different color if you want, like, whatever. So that's kind of an interesting pattern. It's got some potential to it. Is that it? Is that it for Skinner components? I think that's it for Skinner components. And everything else is just some minor drugs and some skill points. So that's it for the login track. Some of these Skinner components, especially these last few Skinner components, I think are actually going to be worth holding on to for like a month or two. Like if you my top advice for people is to, of course, give them all to me. But if you're not going to give them all to me, then hold on to your matte black, especially for, call it 2 months. Just set a timer for 2 months and then see what the market looks like. And start considering wanting to sell it then. But we'll see. All right. And once again, remember, if you are an alpha right now, you're going to want to wait till day 7, till you unlock at least day 7, and then activate your 7 days of Omega for 10 plex. So that way you can finish off the entire track as an Omega. Because if you go Omega halfway through this track, you will still be able to redeem the Omega value for all of the previous days. But if you go Omega early, you won't be able to redeem the Omega rewards for the things after your Omega like expires in 7 days. So just keep that in mind. Okay. We went through that. Let's get back to... All right. Lava stream. Since Catalyst is all about rocks, we're bringing you a very special live stream from inside of one. This is a very, one of my favorite things about CCP and EVE Online is the fact that they're an Icelandic company and they are able to show off a lot of their culture and their land and do kind of crazy stuff. This is just a good example of this, of CCP being CCP. They're going to do a live stream from inside of a lava tunnel, which is neat. Limited skin components are awesome. They allow for some skins to be more special and justify the price and value. And that comes from one of the biggest skin industrialists I know. So I think that's a pretty solid point. I think that limited, it is good for something. Honestly, okay, here's my hot take. Here's my, having worked with the Skinner system for a long time, this is what I think. I think that colors should be unlimited. I think patterns should be limited. I think it's just that simple. I think it's just that simple. I think that there's no color that is so well, okay. Maybe some patterns, like the opalescence ones and stuff like that, the ones that really stand out can be limited. But having basic colors be limited really kind of snags design options. And like, who's going to spend extra just to have the correct color of orange instead of a different color of orange, right? But patterns are the thing that like really make a skin special. So it makes sense for patterns to be limited and to be crucial. Like I'm going to want to have like, I'm probably not going to stockpile a bunch of a certain color, but I might stockpile a certain pattern that I really, really like to use. Any rate. So on the 19th of November, which is tomorrow, as of this recording, there will be a broadcast in the live lava tunnel in Iceland, which is pretty cool with CCP Okami. And then there will be Twitch drops, including the new Venture skin. So there is a new set of skins that were released. And as was pointed out, there is actually something cool about this skin, which is that if we pull it up, unfortunately, the reality is lots of people would pay extra just for the right shade of orange, or etc. Not necessarily. So here's the problem, TL. Here's the problem in TL is that if you open up the Paragon hub, there's nothing that tells you that they're using fancy colors here. So no, people aren't necessarily going to be like, oh man, you used the expensive orange. I respect that. I want to spend more for that. That isn't what's going to happen. But if somebody sees a pattern, they're going to recognize it as being special. That's my point. So like somebody who's making it for themselves that's being very perfectionistic, maybe. But as far as like selling something, like convincing the people that you're trying to sell these skins to that the skin is worth it because the components that are part of it are expensive is a much harder sell when it's just a color instead of a pattern, unless that color is something special, like the opalescence ones. That's my point. No skin for the Hulk though. Why? Not sure. Can you just buy colors from the hub that originated as login rewards? No. Not usually. Maybe. Let's find out. What is the big one? Black? What's it called? No, not. Yeah. An artist may want a specific color, but like if you're actually trying to convince people that this stuff has value, it's harder. It's much harder to do. Is somebody even going to notice that you used the Vanta Black instead of the you know, the knockoff before they buy it? What am I looking for? Oh yeah. Hold on. We're looking for Event Horizon Black Matte. Okay. We're just going to check this really quick. No. Yeah, no. Not even a little bit. In fact, all of the ones, yeah, so all of the ones in the login reward track are celestial grade, which are not available here, which does make them more expensive to use too. Event Horizon is up 35 plex for 3. Wait, where? Keep flipping pages. You're telling me it's not alphabetical? It looks alphabetical. It looks pretty alphabetical. Oh, there are stellar raids right here. Uh-oh. You're right. You're right. That's mine. That's mine. Okay, you're right. Thank you. I'm dumb. There it is. Event Horizon Black for 35 plex. So no, never mind. It's not going to spike up in huge value after. Well, I mean, it'll probably still go up a little bit, but that color is so fucking good. That color is so good. No, it's not unlimited, but it's 3 runs. So 3 uses for 35 plex, which is pretty, like, whatever. Plus, you have to, you know, obviously spend the plex to like make the skin too. So like it's 35 plex to do this, and so to buy the component, and then if we create the design, we can come here and be like, okay, so it's 25 plex. to make it without any skin. Like, so no components whatsoever. It's 25 plex by default to make a venture skin. Just adding Event Horizon Black jumps from complexity 1 to complexity 5, which makes the cost jump from 25 to 50. So you're going to have to pay 35 plex for the 3 applications, and then more plex because it's the highest tier thing in order to build something with it. So yeah, it is going to be spendy, but it does mean that there's an ongoing source of this Skinner component, which will make it so that, like my idea that it will skyrocket in price over the next few months, that isn't necessarily true. It does mean that we now get to use this Skinner component on more things. And then you'll need to buy 6. Well, you'll need to buy at least 3, yeah. Or you could do the cheap way to do it, obviously, for cheaper. Yeah, you would need 4 to do it for real for most ships. I think it means it won't ever be a drop. I don't think that's true either. That actually means that the chances that it's a drop is way higher. That said, it's a stellar rarity, so if it is a drop, it's going to be a very rare drop. I was hoping colors were worth hoarding. Boy, did I mess up hoarding login colors. Yeah, well, yeah, and it's important to note when they are for sale and all that sort of stuff. And that's the thing, is that colors are so hard to prove their value. That's my whole point, right? Like, the correct... Like, some of these things, that's why I look at, like, whether or not there's things that are off color, because often there'll be some substitute. So few people make skins. Yeah, well, yeah. And part of the problem is that it actually is one layer down the track as a problem, which is that not a lot of people buy skins from the Skinner, from the Paragon Hub, right? You know, like, I talk to Punch all the time about this, you know. He puts up designs on the Paragon Hub. People even contact him to tell him how much they love his skin, and then it does not sell, right? So, well, yeah, Gone Link Dead, I get that there's not a lot of people selling, but the problem is that, so for the people that are selling, there's not a lot of people buying. You would think if there aren't that many people selling, then the people that are doing it would be, like, having tons of success. But that's not the case. From what I've known from the people that are doing Skinner stuff a lot, is that they don't sell much. And so without a lot of buyers, there's not going to be a lot of people that are willing to engage with the selling stuff. You know what I mean? One of those things that we thought we wanted, but in reality, most people don't. Well, so, and that's the thing, is that it's a thing that's really, really cool, and it's really something that we really, really wanted. But at the same time, like, it was always going to be at least semi-niche. Right? Like, the idea that we can make our own custom skins is, like, really cool. And for the circumstances in which that makes sense, they do make sense, and they lend themselves to just being done, like, right away. And there are some really good examples of this. But for the most part, they're just, like, there's nothing that really makes them stand out about them. There's too many hoops to jump through, and each cost plex is my issues with it. Well, yeah, but remember, skins cost plex too. All right, today is not about arguing about the Skinner system. We're gonna set that aside for now as our discussion. Refined Rescuer. So this is the new skin, and as you can see, there's, like, if we switch to a normal skin, or like a different skin, we can see that this is how the Venture actually looks. Let's just do this. Hold on. Wait, dang it. Hold on. The cost of Skinner skins is way expensive compared to the cost of comps. Well, the cost of Skinner skins is comparable to the cost of regular skins. Yeah, and even when they do slash the prices, that doesn't actually get people to start to buy them more, oddly enough. At least it doesn't seem to. All right, so here's the Venture. And so this skin, this is the one that's currently going to be on for watching Twitch, right? So, and you can see like it has some not only is it shiny and pretty and gold, but it also has some of this extra scaffolding on it. That's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting how it jumps things back and forth, but you know, yeah. It also has these jets in the back, like some of the other mining barges do. So this skin, I think, is the one that's on the Twitch drop. And then the other ones are for sale in the Nest store. At least a couple of them are. So if you get 6 months of Omega, then you get the Procurer skin. And if you get 12 months of Omega, you get the Retriever skin. As is pointing out in chat, there is no Coveter or Hulk skin yet, which is kind of weird. Not sure how they're going to deal with this. That's MCT. God damn it. Well, no, it's a bundle. Yeah, it's 6. Oh. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's 6 months of MCT and 2 months of Omega plus a skin. So 2 months of Omega plus 60 days, or sorry, 6 multiple character training, which would make it so that this is one of those weird ones where, again, it doesn't actually match up because it should be, if it's 2 months of Omega, it should be 4 multiple pilot trainings, but whatever. The point is that, yeah, so you get 6 months of MCT, which, by the way, again, so this is not a certificate. So this is, you get 2 months of Omega, but then you get 6 total, units of multiple pilot training. So if you want to train all 3 of your characters on the same account, that'll consume 4 of the 6 during those 2 months, and then you'll still have 2 more for later. They cannot be traded or sold because they're not certificates. I have a few that I need to use because some of this new stuff in Catalyst is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, you get extra multi-character trainings. You get more MCTs than you can consume in the Omega time that you get. Yeah, I don't know, Simon. It's very bizarre. It feels as if they think that you need 3 MCTs a month, right? Instead of 2. But either way, those deals exist, and that's where those skins come from. Which, let's go ahead and look at the... Man, wait, tie-dye's getting worse? We're at 300 people in local. Tie-dye's at 68%. So that's fun. So, Refined Resourcer. Okay, so we actually have a bunch of different Skinner component, or skins of Refined Resourcer. But I don't know which of these are available at all. All we know is the Venture... and the other 2 that we just looked at, right? Tie-dye actually in random places like Ireland too? Well, that's just basically based on node mapping. Now, if only I could apply the new skin effects to the corpse skins. I know, right? I've always felt like particle effects, you should be able to, if you have the skin with a particle effect on it, you should be able to, use that particle effect on other things. All right, let's look at the Mackinac. Are there any extra components on this thing? Well, there's jets on the front on there. There's a little bit different lighting. But I don't see any different scaffolding. Do we see anything? Mid-trust changes. Yeah. Oh, wait. So yeah, there's like, okay. Yeah. So there's like these little bars, this upper part here. I'll try to like get a good angle of it. I don't know. But you can see like these bars at the top, these extra structs that are like above the pieces, and this extra bar down the line of it. That, oh wait, nope. The bar is there. The bar is there, but the extra ones that break off to along the side are part of the effect. Yeah, you don't see these boxes. You can see, like, if we go, whoop, whoop, there we go. And then I assume that the procurer is going to be kind of the same, right? Yeah, so you have the one bar there. And other than that, it's just really, really shiny. What about the Orca? There could be effects when mining or in warp. That's true. Oh, hold up. Yeah, there's like this cool scrolling yellow stripes, like almost like a caution thing going on there on the Orca. Where's the skin? There it is. And any other differences in like scaffolding or anything? The other one was kind of hard to find, so. Little rockets and jets and stuff, but I don't see any new scaffolding. Which is fine. I like the stripes. I bet you that might have an effect in warp. I don't know how to get the Orca skin yet, though. What about the Pioneer? They didn't add any new scaffolding on this because they added all the scaffolding onto it now. Oh, it does have the orange stripes, though. Look at the orange stripes. Hold on. Now I got to check. Does the Venture one have the orange stripes anywhere? Yes, on the inside there. So there you go. And of course, I'm sure that the proc does as well. If we look. Maybe. This is what I get for being sure of something. Maybe not. No. Okay. Well, that's what I get for being sure of something. Let's look at the Retriever at least. Outrider, Pioneer, Orca, and Mackinac the Eve store for cash. Okay, we'll go look at that. Oh, this one does. This one does. Look. Look, orange stripe along the side. Is this... Wait, hold on. Does the proc the only one that doesn't? Nope, it does. It's there. Okay. So let's go look at... So this says, new pilots will enjoy a pack that includes Omega Time skill points, Cerebral Accelerator Expert System, and acquire all the necessary skills. Blah, blah, blah. Shop now. Let's go. So we can see here, where are we? Okay. So for Plex, so these are just Plex packs. So I'm not going to necessarily do the math. Just realize that these are, the percent is off of it. And then on top of that is the skins, right? Wait, yeah. So normally, but this is off of, so, okay, how do we sort this out? Is it? Is this actually off anything? Yes, because 1,000 Plex would be $50, but it's already marked down to 45 for 1,000 Plex, and then down by 20% again to $36 for 1,000 Plex. So it is, this is the percent off of this pack, and then it gives you the skins. So let's look at the skins. So for the $36 pack, this is, wait, hold on. That's the wrong packs. So you can still get the Copper Lightning ones. And that's cool. But we're looking at the Spark Pack and the Breakthrough Pack, which are limited for the next 20 days. So the Spark Pack costs $11 and comes with 14 days of Omega. 14 days of Omega is about a half a month of Omega. A month of Omega is about $20. So already with just the Omega and the skill points, you're basically hitting value. And then it comes with the Mining Destroyer Operations skill expert system, which you're getting for free in the login rewards, and also doesn't give you that much that's exciting other than gas huffing, because you already get the correct skill book for the Pioneer by doing the Epic Arc, which is, again, only 3 missions, so whatever. And you do get the Pioneer Resource Refined Resourcer skin for $11. So for $11, you get this pack. It's worth probably about $11, but you do get this one skin with it. And then for the $95 pack, $95 pack is 1,500 Plex, which is $75 plus 500,000 skill points. So it's already kind of like, it's difficult to justify with just Plex and skill points alone. But it does come with some extra Skinner components, which I don't know if we've checked those out, but it comes with the Outrider, Pioneer, Orca, and Mackinac skins, as well as some suitcases, like, as in, like, sorry, outfits, some outfits. Based on the starting Empire. Okay. Are those new outfits? Are they new outfits? Because those actually, unironically, these outfits are probably going to be pretty popular. I don't remember whether or not these existed already, but like, just knowing these outfits, these are outfits that I constantly hear from people that they're going to like. So, let's look. Hold on a second. Let me go look at, we look at Hobeleaks. We can just search for suit. X. Man, this is going to be a word that gets used a lot. Hold on. Galente, okay, Men Galente Federation Exploration Suit. I don't think these are new, but the point is that these are probably pretty valuable. We could check the market if we want to. Not looking too great, to be honest. You might think that, but of all of the suits, of all of the outfits that exist in the game, that aren't like the super crazy ones that everybody talks about now, like the Drifter plug suit and stuff, and the trig suits. This is definitely, of the standard outfits, the most popular one. And the reason why is because there's a gun on the side. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I've talked to a lot of people about this over the years. This is by far the most popular outfit type because of the fact that it has a sidearm on the side. So this suit has already existed as like a basic design, but the Empire versions of them may not have been as available until now. They're going to be lit when they bring back walking in stations anytime now. Anytime now. No, I know a lot of people, especially in faction warfare, that are going to that dig this outfit. Okay. So that covers the skins and the packs. What else do we have? Where is... you scouted like 500 anoms and didn't find a single rainbow ore. You can only find, if you're talking about prismaticite, you're going to need to scan them down with probes. They're not going to be in an anomaly. They're going to be a signature. Because like right now, there are no prismaticites visible. There will be no prismaticites visible for at least the next, call it 12 hours. Because like, even if a prismaticite spawned at moment 1, oh, okay, Cosmic 6 is what you meant. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. We have no idea. We have no idea how many prismacite exist in the universe right now. For all we know, there could be none. I don't know if anybody's even shown any pictures of finding one yet. Who knows? Maybe they're not spawning yet. How would we even know? But, yeah. So after 20 hours, then the prismaticites will start being visible. So tomorrow, we're going to get a much better idea of how many prismaticite sites exist at any given time. But yeah. Okay. So they are spawn. Thank you, Setonia. So Setonia, who is saying that they are spawning. I'm just pointing out, Setonia, that right now I have no evidence either way. Not saying that they are broken or anything like that. Thank you for the assurance. But I'm just saying, like, we won't know until someone posts about it, which I didn't see anything on Reddit up until this point. Maybe they have since I went live. Yes, if you think about the last instance of Gold Rush, it was 3 convoys, and then later 9, and then 12. Yeah, that was true. But that was based on the idea that one of them was in high sec, one of them, like, a certain number of them were in high sec, a certain number of them were in low sec, and a certain one of them in null sec. There is none in high sec, so even if you assumed that it was only 1 and 1, that would be only 2. But again, we have no idea. We have been given zero information from CCP how many of them that will spawn at any given time. You know, whatever. The only thing that we now know from CCP is that they are technically spawning. So I would suggest, based on that, that there is at least one of them in the universe right now, but we have no idea. But there could be some out there behind SIGs and we can't find them. Yeah, no. If they exist right now, they are in a signature. They will not be visible on the map until tomorrow. All right. Next. Oh, another big one. So on the 2nd of December, so in a few weeks, there's going to be one of the first major like patches to Catalyst, and with it will come freelance jobs are getting access list controls, which is huge. Which is absolutely huge. One of the things that does come in this expansion is now, if you are not eligible for a freelance job, it won't show you the freelance job, which is kind of nice. But with this is going to change freelance jobs, or like, this is a huge piece of making opportunity / freelance jobs work. Because now you can have coalition level, stuff. You can have alliance level stuff. You can have, you know, all kinds of different opportunities that are controlled through access lists now. This is the flexibility and control that was absolutely necessary in order to make this work. And then plus the addition of it to the API and such makes the use of freelance jobs and opportunities to manage projects like it is officially viable when this is out, I would say. Obviously, new tools need to be built in order to make it work. All right. And that is it for this notes about it. So let's go ahead and jump into actual play. See if there's anything else we want to talk about. So I am currently in the system of Kisogo, which is where the new epic arc is. Cleaning all this stuff up. Currently, it says that there's 271 in local. Let me just real quick, because sometimes when local is like this, there is like, it sometimes doesn't remove people from the channel when they leave. So I'm just going to do a refresh real quick just to make sure I can get the exact number. Nice for the militia stuff. I had a few Defend and Taki freelance projects up for when pirate insurgencies were there paying out people who died to Garistas and Kaldari, but is exploitable without ACL. I agree, Satonia, and we've been using freelance jobs for things like faction warfare stuff. See carrier remodel. We did look at the carrier remodel. Well, I mean, like that would be part of the 4-hour stream that we did the other day. But you're right. Now that we can actually look at them, let's look at some of the new ships stuff. So we already looked a little bit. Here's the Pioneer. And the Consortium Pioneer, which looks basically the same, which is fine. And then the Command Destroyer, which does look different, right? Like there is some things about this where they're showing the Command Destroyer and it looked like the original one. I think they just used the wrong picture. But yeah, this is the Command Destroyer and it looks flatter. It's kind of cool. The Odysseus. Here's the question that I want in the chat below. I just want to, like, we should do a poll. We should do a poll. Is actually Satonia, you're CCP. I want the official answer on this. Can you please give me the official answer on this? Is the Odysseus a Tech 2 ship? I understand that it's faction, but does CCP consider the Odysseus a Tech 2 ship? That's the question. What's up, Blasphemy? So this is the Odysseus. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to build one today. I have one ready to go to be built. No, it's like an Orca. It's its own class and its faction, a special faction battlecruiser. Take that, Malak. All right. I do really appreciate you bringing up the Orca as part of it. That's cool. It is locked behind Omega, but some Tech 1 is locked behind Omega. That's fine. The Orca is locked behind Omega. You are, I will say, Satonia, you are beginning to bleed the definitions pretty significantly. But yeah, no, we are going to be building this thing and then flying around with it all over the place in order to figure out all of the different effects that it can have in different places. It's weird, but it doesn't use Tech 2 components, nor does it require level 5 and racial skills to use, but it has a third special skill that makes it feel like Tech 2. Yeah, I know, Wizard. That's why this has been a debate that has been going on in our Discord for like the last week to month. The closest thing to it is actually the Marshal. The Marshal, which is a Black Ops, but is considered faction and doesn't take level 5 racials. Yeah, we know we now have an awkward thing where Consortium issue mining ships are in the ore ship tree, but Consortium haulers are in the eating com ship tree. You know, Satonia, I don't actually mind that, though, because that is an awkward thing, but it's a detail that hints at a deeper connection, right? Like, I think that that's okay, because it suggests the connection between ore and eating com, which is something that, if you watch Reddit, needs to be reminded to the player base frequently. Okay, and then the carriers. Let's look at the carriers. Oh baby, oh baby. That looks good, man. I mean, like it definitely still looks like the carrier it once was. Ooh, I really like being able to see it from behind and below. I don't know where you'll be able to see the fighters lock in, though. Like, can you see do the fighters animate in the same way that they do with the Thanatos, I wonder? Can you look inside to see them lock up before flying out in the same way? Not sure. There are only so many times that you can list out the same 11 corporations in Upwell in the patch notes, but still have players not know where to get blueprints. You know, Satonia, actually, the real problem with that is the in-game limitation of the fact that there's no way to tell who the OR member corporations or the Upwell member corporations are in-game. Because Upwell is not a faction, and therefore those groups cannot be part of the Upwell faction. I can't just search for Upwell anywhere in-game and know which corporations are part of it, right? So That's the real problem. But again, I don't mind there to be things that players have to learn that hint to deeper connections in the universe. Yeah, that friction is what gives people who read a knowledge advantage to that profits from. That's the thing, is that like it seeds the question. What stations do I go to? How do I remember what stations do I go to? How do I remember what stations? Oh, they're Upwell member corporations. What does that mean? Right? Like, and those questions kind of breadcrumb the person to some deeper solution. The only issue here is the fact that that information is not easily accessible in game. Right? There's nothing that designates in game what the member corporations of Upwell is. It'd be nice if there was, even if you could just add Upwell as a corporation or as a thing, because I can't type in Upwell and pull up something about Upwell and look up all of the member corporations of Upwell. If I could do that, then it would be pretty good to go. And that isn't even streamlining. That would be like, oh, well, how do you find out the Upwell member corporations? Oh, just search for Upwell. Oh, okay. Well, that works. The problem isn't that a person has to go on a journey in order to collect that information. The problem is that that journey cannot be walked in game. You have to leave the game to get that information, even if it is just in the patch notes. Okay, so this is the Amar Archon, which is very sexy. The Caldari, that's not the right one, right? Hold on. The Chimera, which still looks a... Man, people are going to have to... I can barely remember the original, like, because the camera... Didn't this one also get changed again not too long ago? I think this one's probably changed the least of all of them. And then there's actually something I enjoy about Star Citizen is each update they change the loading screen, which is like a digital newspaper with headlines hinting at new content. I have always asked for like a pop-up, like your own newsletter with like feeds of information that you can sign up for. The Galente one, the Thanatos, this is definitely the winner of the rebalance. See, like, look, you can see right there, this is where the fighters come up, right? They even show that animation in the dev blog. So where is that on the other carriers is what I'm wondering. But this is such a beautiful ship now. I like this because it looks both very much like the Thanatos and it also looks very much like the Galente design that they've been doing. And then finally the Mimitar one. The Nidhogg. Again, not sure if we're going to be able to see them lock up into position from there. Definitely a nice polish pass on all of the carriers. All right. That's it for that. I think that might be... Okay, so let's see. Other questions. We have... Oh, so... Let's check out the new map. This is by far like the standout feature for most people in the expansion, which is that now you can come down to this lower... Now you can come down to this lower right-hand corner of the map, click on this, and then click to turn it to 2D map versus 3D map. The 2D map is incredibly well lined up, I think. And then also you can click on this top one to toggle whether or not it follows your hover over to show the information. Now, they've mentioned the difference between subway and heat map mode, but that I don't think that's working, because I thought like the heat map was supposed to like clump them together as you zoom out, and then you can hover over like clusters, but I don't see that actually like working. I think that that's what they meant with the subway tube style versus other one, but or the heat, like, because this like the scrolled in would be the subway mode. And then this would be heat map. Oh, wait, I get it. Because like, so these, okay, so if I zoom in, the actual glow off of it has changed and it's just the number. Whereas if I zoom out, that's when we get like these blobs, right? And we can customize now these blobs by going here and changing these sliders. Yeah, mining sites and mining missions got an overhaul. That's true. Again, we went through all of the patch notes and expansion notes on the last stream, so I'm not going over every single detail. We're just looking at the stuff that we needed to look at today. So, yeah, this map is incredibly solid. But I wanted to highlight systems by number of asteroid belts in system, but I didn't see that option anywhere. If you go to mining and go to class 1 ore, and then scroll out, you can be like Veldspar. Does this tell you how many belts? Yeah. So that tells you how many belts are in the systems. It's just you have to specify which ore category you're looking for. Some details from items, object locations, places of lore, and places that aren't that intuitive to find. New people can get easily lost. You have to be really into the game or use third party to get those details. Well, that's part of the reason why this whole map thing is being done, is to get some of that more in game. In fact, there's like this idea of like class 1 ore and these filter things on the side. This is all new and pretty legit. And I do like the idea that, where is it? So if I filter for class 1 ore, no, is it? There's a thing. Oh, hey, heat map, heat map, heat map. Here it is. It's working. Okay, this is it working. This is what it's supposed to do. Hey, what's up, Malak? Malak, guess what? The Odysseus is not a Tech 2 ship. It's a faction ship that requires an extra skill. Welcome. Glad to trigger you first thing. Anywho. There is a thing where, like, even if you are in this hover over mode, you can hold control and have it show everything anyways. So that's pretty cool. I hope they keep playing around with this more too, because like it's got a lot of possibilities. Where is, wait, hold on. How do I make that side panel appear again? Let's keep this open. Wait, no, stop. Okay, yeah. So if I come here with at the base level thing, there's also a link to go to mining opportunities, which is pretty cool, and the mining ledger, which is also pretty cool. There we go. Now it's stuck out. So if I go to ore anomalies, nope, nothing there. Ore distribution, class 2 ore. Phase fields. There are no phase fields currently available anywhere because they are all hidden if they exist. I'll go with pseudo T2. There you go. Hey, that's what Satonia said. I'm working with that. Okay. Well, actually, the key here is that it can't be produced at all right now. So there's that. Okay. So that's the new map. Let's go ahead and start on the epic arc. Yeah, they won't be exposed for another like 20 hours or like 12, 15 hours. All right, I have been told that I need a micro warp drive for this. So let's go ahead and see if there are any micro warp drives for sale here. Whoever's selling them is going to make a fortune. Yep, somebody's going to make 10 times as much as they should. Perfectly happy to spend $1 million ISK for a single one. do as I say, not as I do. And we will put this on. Done. Okay. It takes me 2 days to build the Odysseus. Is that, hold on, is that real? Also, Setonia, how much are y'all kicking yourself right now for not reinforcing Kisogo? Hey, thanks for the sub. The new map is very dope. The new map is very dope. The new map is definitely the thing that this expansion is going to be remembered for, probably. Oh my god, it does take 2 days. Why do y'all hate me so much? Yes, to trigger you even more, Ashrathi, it uses the same build time as an EOS. Look, no, it doesn't trigger me, Setonia. Just to be 100% clear, I was on the side of it's a faction ship. It was Malak that was on the side of it's a T2 ship. So I'm not triggered. All right. That's that, but I am a little triggered by 2 days. Use a station that builds faster. I mean, yes, but you're not going to get that much faster. Okay. So let's catch up with our buddy Elias. So Elias, for those of you who do not know, is like one of the dudes that's part of the Air Career Agents, like at the new intro that was added in. It's a special duckling of jamming a bunch of different things into one package, as the SOE are wont to do. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, it's not a T2 ship, it's a pirate ship. Wait, SOE is a pirate ship? Yes, SOEs are pirate ships. Wait, SOE is pirates? Technically. It already is. We're already pretty off the beaten path when it comes to defining SOE ships. So, all right. Elias, long time no see. How's it going? Let's do this under 72% tie-dye. All right. Hello there, friend. A close friend of mine who's working with Or is missing, presumed dead. No one will tell me or her family what happened. I need your help to uncover the truth. So I need to go here, which is 6 jumps away. What am I supposed to do there? Oh, I've tracked her down to her old work crew and got you their work roster. I need you to go undercover as an ore miner. Sorry, I need you to go uncover as an ore miner, hack their mainframe, and steal any data on Sarnai. So I need a hack. So let's go ahead and pull off this as well. And put my data analyzer 2 on there. Because it's a data analyzer, right? I need a data analyzer. Yeah, you get the Odysseus BPC from any SOE LP store. Okay, yes, data. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and accept the mission. Let's not do the whole undock without the mission thing. I have a gut feeling that you'll need to upgrade to your Pioneer soon. Start training the Mining Destroyer skill as soon as possible. Oh. Okay, so they give me the Mining Destroyer skill right now. So I can right-click and say train now to level 1. Which switches my skill queue and puts Mining Destroyer 1 at the very top, which is going to be done in 15 minutes. Which, of course, they've also distracted me by making me fly 6 jumps away and back to give me enough time to actually train it up. So I'm going to put 2 and 3 on here as well. And we're going to get to going. SOE are some of the shadiest groups in EVE, probably only behind SOCT and Upwell. I mean, they are shady, but to say that they're shadier than Serpentis or, you know, I don't know, Templess Dragonars, or, yeah. SOE are definitely up to something, especially the Sanctuary. Those secret SOE Serpentis connections, though? Yeah, well, I mean, the connections between the SOE and the Serpentis are somewhat tenuous because, like, yes, the mother superior of the SOE is the sister of the head of the Serpentis. But she also really doesn't like him. There is more secret SOE / Intaki syndicate connections. That's true. SOE trying to open up the Eve Gate and unleash demons from beyond the portal into New Eden. Haven't heard. I haven't seen that exact but they did fight with the SOCT for the mind control device at one point during the Black Mountain series. The Book of Emptiness or whatever. Man, everywhere has tie-dye today. I know this SOE also used the Serpentis for some of their smuggling for the Alpha Clone technology, but they also got like widely criticized by like the Thucker guy, because the Serpentis, while they are smugglers, aren't really that good at not getting caught. Same with Galente. I did do a Who Are the SOE lore dump video a while back, I think. I know I did one on Sylphie, the head of the Intaki Syndicate. The problem is I need to sit down and finally read all of Black Mountain series before I say too much. At 3 hours is Ash's version of a YouTube short. Oh man. No, it's so funny. So like, again, I had people like being like, "Oh my God, your stream about the expansion is 4 hours long." And I'm like, dude, I got a lot to say about a lot of things. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not padding time there. So the plan here is today we're going to do the epic arc and probably poke around a little bit, and then wrap things up for the day. Sounds to me like I'm not going to have an Odysseus until at least Friday or this weekend. So I guess starting next week or like this weekend, we'll start the adventures of trying to get the Odysseus, and we're going to go. The idea is that this is going to become a sightseeing stream, like for the foreseeable future, where I tried to go live to go to all these different sightseeing sites where we can talk about them and whatnot. Could be fun. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in that kind of thing. Hey, look, there's a Pioneer out in space. Let's talk about the game, not a supercut of cliff notes of the game. Yeah, I mean, I could go through and try to edit it down, but whew. Yeah, I tried. What was it? We were watching a stream on a guy talking about, I think it was Age of Wonders, and like halfway through it, I'm like, I'm not this bad, am I? Yeah. I'm not this bad. I hope not. All right, warp to site. Warp to site. Let's go. Let's go. 163 people in local. Langasi SOE Gate was camped with a huge fleet of gankers. Never saw anything like it. Whew. At least not 163 people on my site. Yeah, there was a bug this morning where sites could overlap, so you could accidentally go into somebody else's site, which meant that you ended up, they're finding a site that was basically already run. Up ahead is a phased field is being worked on by the ore crew that Sarnai was part of before she disappeared. I managed to get us added to their work roster. You mine like any other member of the crew. Make your way towards the system mainframe, hack it, and then get out of there. Okay. I'm assuming I have to go to the acceleration gates. Let's go. This is where I wish they did the voice lines, like in Eve Galaxy Conquest, even if they're AI generated. I agree, Nixie, especially since like Elias already has voice lines in the standard tutorial. They're complaining about 3 hours, bunch of babies. You did 2 8-hour streams back to back this year. Yep, that's true. That's true. Oh my god, you make too much content. Wah, wah, wah. I don't know what to tell you guys. Oh, sorry, let's continue. We've landed. There is the new... Oh. Welcome to the phase field, Captain. Those ore folks don't mess around. They've already got their mobile phase anchor up and running on the second phased asteroid. Welcome, miner. I hope you're ready to work. We've got a lot to clear out before the site collapses. Ready and eager, Director Becker. Good. Ore has a job that needs to be doing, and I only have time for people capable of getting it done. My Rorqual and the main crew had the phased asteroid covered. Your job is to clean up the Veldspar floating around. Do as she says. We need these miners to think you're part of the crew. Okay. So I switch to my mining tab, and I see that there's Veldspar. I'm going to just start heading towards it. Wait, a Rorqual and Highsec? Wait, a phased field in Highsec? Yeah, I mean, empires are good at this kind of stuff. I guess ore is not technically an empire, but they can get away with things like this. Oh, let's do the ping. Ready? Mining surveyor. Bing. Cool. Here's the Veldspar distance value 94 ISK per unit. But I need to start heading to the ore communication array, right? Oh no, I have to mine asteroids first. Okay. Turns out I need to lock something in order to mine it. I know how to mine, I promise. Okay. So I forgot to fix my cap now that I have a micro warp drive, but let's go ahead and let this roll. Oh, that got depleted. Are those NPCs giving you mining boost? They are! That's true. I am getting a mining burst upgrade from mining module range bonus and mining module's duration and capacity use bonus. It's only 5%, so it's a crappy bonus, but it is happening. That's kind of cool. I don't think... Is it only one cycle? Bypassing a Sinojammers in process? The Empire... There are Empire Sinojammers. Like, Capsuleers are not allowed to light Sinos in Empire space, but Empires can. Let's see if this is only one cycle. Yeah, it's only one cycle. Hold on one second. All right. Can I start heading towards this one? Yeah. I mean, it does look really good. It's visually a really cool effect. I wish the boost was for mining range though. Although you could use the drugs theoretically. Oh, this one actually took more than one cycle. Dang it. Pretty sure the elders jumping a bunch of dreads and Titan to Concord blowing up their station was more illegal than some miners. Yes, that was a totally separate thing. An impressive operation that you have here. Or has always been ready to push into new frontiers. Nobody can match us for skill and innovation. You sound pretty proud of your our corporation. Or is industry in New Eden? Everyone else is just sweeping up our dust. Stick around long enough and you'll see. Let's pulse the micro warp drive one cycle, get closer to this Veldspar. Yeah, another good example though is when Operation Highlander happened and the Gallente attacked Caldari Prime and the Shigemoru, the Titan above Caldari Prime, and Concord showed up and Gallente shot at Concord, and so Concord was like, screw this, and left. I do like the new mining survey effect. That's cool. Oh no, my puppy. Are you sad? Sad because boy had to leave? Up. Up. There she is. This is Joria. Hey, Zoe. Zoe says like, comment, and subscribe. Zoe, over here. Over here. Say hi. Say hi. Who's a good extirpator of the posh lots? Yes, you are. You getting down now? Okay. Hop on over here. So it's the most shady thing that you can remember off the top of my head. For who? For SOE? I mean, oh, from Ore? Well, I mean, Ore was secretly run by the Serpentis for like a decade. I mean, it's hard to say like shady per se when it comes to Ore. I mean, they have all kinds of secret projects, especially with things like the ice and stuff like that. I mean, besides the origin of Ore, where they kind of hid their presence from the Gallente for a while in order to build their fortune. But like the shadiness of Ore is the shadiness of Upwell. The head of Upwell is the founder of Ore. So Yanni, the guy who founded Ore originally, retired, and right before the Serpentis took over Ore secretly in the background. And then when Upwell was formed, one of the first things that he did was take back Ore from Serpentis and kill them all. And secure their like secret research projects in the Operation Frostlines. I guess the shadiest thing that I could bring up when it comes to Aura would be like, so how exactly did they build the Needlejack filaments? What do they know about the Triglavians and filament technology? And maybe rogue drones? That's an interesting question to me. Nice work out there. Keep up the pace and it'll be ice cool quaif waiting for you when you dock. That sounds wonderful, Director. Sorry, aren't you a little worried at getting jumped at all these valuable rocks floating around? Or has Mortis Legion on speed dial? Mining has always been dangerous, and the greater the risk, the greater the reward. Why? Are you nervous? Not anymore. We'll get back to the ice cold quaif. We'll get back to it. Ice cold quaif is no laughing matter. So they're giving you a little bit of banter in between, or as you do it, you know, to kind of let things. I actually really like that, like a mission that kind of proceeds as you do it. You know, they know that it's going to take you some time to work your way through all of these Veldspar. So as you make progress through that task, they know to unlock more and more pieces of the quote-unquote story. And with the window, the way it pops up, this is way better than the old mission system for sure. Elias just doesn't hit home alone like he did with Aura. Yeah. He does have a little bit less of his character in this one, huh? It feels like a little bit. We've got 3 more rocks to do. Oh, cool. You can see here's the phased out prismaticite, and there's the phased in one. Funny how speed dial survived all these years of sci-fi touchscreens. That's true. But it's also true that that's language that Capsuleers use a lot. Did I just mind? Wait, was that Scordite and didn't count? Is that what happened? Because it looks like I have the same number of asteroids as before. Whoops. And then after this, there's going to be one more. Cool. Let's go. And bounce off the rock, but that's okay. This is the last rock, and then I go hack the can. Boom. Let's go. Wait, that was Veldspar. I checked that was Veldspar. Wait. Oh, okay, no, that counted. Pick up the slack here, or has the site turned over and there's still more rocks that need breaking? Private comms. Go mine the asteroid over there. Get us close to the communication array. Okay, yeah. So the Scordite, I need a mine. It's right here. Oh, my desktop's audio is not on, so you can't hear my capacitor alarm going off over and over again. Now you can. Wait, so he's supposed to be sitting in your venture somewhere? No, it says private comms. I mean, I'm sure he has a private line to us, right? You You can have a private chat window, and you can have a zone chat window, right? Yeah, but he's talking to the director on site. That's what I'm saying. He's talking in 2 different comms channels. I do like the new health bar on the rocks. What? What are you talking about? Also, somebody was saying that you can't pull up the mining hold, but I just did. Also, somebody was saying that you can see your mining hold percentage in space, and I can't. But his ship is not on grid, and he's talking like he's there. Well, he's probably seeing through our eyes. On the target section. What? You can, it just doesn't work in this mission. Oh, okay. Activate my ship or analyzer. I just did. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 Did I break the mission? Did I break the mission? Oh, I need a chipset fitted in order to see the hit points. Yeah, that's true. Wait. Did I break the mission? Did I get too much waste? Did I burn my 1 rock? And now I'm just going to try to hack it and see what happens. Because I think I might have broken it. Okay. Okay. So we're good to go, even though I'm at 98%. Here we go. Hopefully they're not like, hey, wait a minute. What are you doing? And by the way, this is not how to properly hack. I just don't respect this hack at all. There we go. Private comms. Wow, that's a lot more data than I expected. Grab it. Okay. Encrypted or communication logs. Private comms. We can comb through it later. Time to get out of there. Okay. Set destination back to Kisogo. Let's go! Who does respect hacking? Well, I respect red cans. Red cans take a little bit more attention, a little bit of work. But a basic can like that, I don't have any respect for that. I'm just going to smash it. Why? Wait, why did my voice just peak? That's weird. Sorry about that, if it did. Yeah, try hacking a ghost site. You'll learn respect real quick. Yeah, that's very true. I did the same until I realized. Yeah, I did notice that it was a little bit harder. Like normally I would break through the 4010 with 1 click. I pay hackers and explorers. If I want to play mini games, I'd boot up PS2. Well, that's fair. At least you respect those who do hacking then. Check Skinner for Pioneer skin for you and for chat to win, or to encourage you to set up the bot back up so people can win skins. Okay. Y'all insist on me doing giveaways. All right. We've got 2 skins available. We've got this Pioneer black skin. Very sexy. Very cool. Oh, okay, good. I'm about to say I'm gonna just take this for myself, but no, you gave me 2. You know me too well. So we've got this one, and we've got the Drifter Sweep from Punch. So these are both going to be available for a giveaway. Let me just set that up real quick. Where? What? Hold on. What is happening here? Alert box, chat box, cloud bot. There it is. Okay. Giveaways. Skin. Timer duration in minutes. Okay, great. Let's try this. Did that work? Did that work? Yes, I plunder the new expansion. You plunder my skin collection. Exclamation point plunder for your chance to win either of these skins on the Paragon Hub, this Black Pioneer or the Drifter Sweep skin. Exclamation point plunder for your chance to win. We'll do the giveaway as soon as the event, or as soon as we're done with the Epic Arc, probably. I want to place structures in an asteroid belt like Orcan? Well, be Or. By the way, just a reminder, you can support the stream by picking up some merch, including the Convocation of Empyreans mug. Or, you know, with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming soon, your passive-aggressive message to your family. Oh, you can't read it. It says, software developer not equals tech support. For those of you software developers in my audience who always gets bothered by your family to fix their computers, you know, now you can let them know. Hey, that ain't me. All right. Start conversation. Listen, I fix computers for a side gig and I don't do it for family for free. Exactly. Well, my problem is people always come up to me and be like, "You do computers, right?" I'm like, "I make ones and zeros do things. Don't ask me about hardware." All right. Complete mission. Request mission. Warning, this ship does not meet this the requirements. I need to do the basic mining survey chipset. So I'm going to accept this mission. But then I assume I'm going to have to go into the Pioneer. We're going to call this, what are we going to call this? Watch my YouTube. You're good with computers. Why is my iPhone so slow? Looks fine to me. Looks like you're not quite ready for this mission yet, Captain. I recommend flying a Pioneer fitted for mining, including a survey scanner like the one I gave you. An afterburner or micro-warp drive could also be useful. Built for success, reach for adventure. All right, so I'm just going to strip my fitting. And then come here and be like, hey, minor, damage control, all this stuff. Go ahead and fit to active ship. Looks good. I could get a third mining laser, but I don't have one. So that's fine. This is fine. All right. Now, what are we doing? Good news. A friend of mine and the Sisters of Eve have agreed to help us investigate the mineral isotopes mentioned alongside Sarnai in the data. Even better, he says that it's managed to track down some of them down. The only snag is that he needs our help to investigate them. I've sent you the coordinates to the ship's computer. Meet him at the site with a mining ship and a surveyor and help him investigate the correct isotopes. Get one in station? Okay, fine. Great opportunity for somebody to make a quick buck by selling the pieces necessary to this event, or the stuff in this location. Boom. And I am going to buy my copy of this skin so we can look at it in space. So I go to Paragon Hub, exclusive listings. And then I collection, skins, unactivated skins. Oh, I have other skins that I can give away too. Activate and apply. Boom. Hell yeah. Three jumps to save 3 mil isn't worth it. 3 jumps to Jita. Look, if you guys want me to be faster by having 3 lasers, then you certainly don't want me to slow down by... Ooh, nice animation for the warp. Like, it kind of covers up that. You don't want me to go 3 jumps and out and back. Come on now. I like the new pure black skin color. It's awesome. I do like just calling it Vanta Black. Legally distinct Vanta Black. For those of you who do not know, there actually is like this hyper black color that's been made that is now like copyrighted. Perimeters next to Jita. Is that true? Some vent covers open and close in the back. Yep. Well, there they... Oh, no, we didn't see them because we jumped. Oh, we have to literally go through Jita. We literally have to go through Jita. So no, we totally could have done it. Totally could have done it. You can just pick up your Pioneer fit as you're on your way to the destination then. That's true. So it's not even a 3 jump, like it is 3 jumps that you're already taking. Also having the pipes like glow red with heat is pretty cool. Oh, seems the destination systems are somewhat random. Oh, okay. That's fair. Hey, Cal. It is a good-looking ship. It's a good-looking ship. And it, I mean, it can have 4 drones. They're unbonused. I wonder how scrappy you can make this guy. It also gets ridiculous laser mining ranges. Yeah, because of the mining destroyer bonus. Okay. So right now my mining range is 14 kilometers. We can go like this, pull these down off of the top of my queue, and that makes it so I can right click and apply skill points.
Skill training completed. Skill training completed.
And mining destroyer, or we'll just pick up 4 for now. And we have 22 kilometers. So it'll be, what, 24 kilometers? 26 kilometers or so at 5? $24.9. That's pretty good. My understanding is these things are incredibly good at the mining home front. The 2 mining home fronts. These things are very, very good at those, from my understanding. You can do the basic mining one without Logi. Make sure you do your exclamation point plunder for your chance to win. Not very many people have gotten into it yet. I don't know. You may want to try again if you already have. I've only got Malin, Mila, Always Lemons, Dutch Gunner, and James so far. So if anybody else has already, maybe it didn't count. Just want to give you guys a chance. Exclamation point plunder for your chance to win. Hey there, Captain. A friend of mine and the Sisters of Eve have agreed to help us research the data that we pull from Or's mainframe. They're just waiting through that gate. I mean, it's pretty zippy. 1377 M3, or sorry, meters per second, rather. Why is... Wait. Now I'm not sure if my skin giveaway thing is working right. Why didn't Devader's one work? Oh no. Hey, brother Jacques? I don't know, whatever. Elias, good to see you, old friend. You've certainly brought us some fascinating data. What could have caused phase fields to expel such unique isotopes? Very interesting. So you don't know what it means any more than we do, huh? No, but together we can crack it! Some of these asteroids contain the isotopes you identified. Look for the asteroids with the lowest density. Bring me the ore from those asteroids, and we'll see what we can see. You can identify the least dense asteroid for your mining surveyor. Wait, hold on. I did fit it, right? Yeah, okay. So I do this ping. If I look at all of the rocks, where are the rocks? Okay. I'm going to do my ping. Check his ship. Oh, he's in an Odysseus. There you go. That looks so good. All right. So now I've done the ping from low density asteroids. How do I know? All right. Distance, quantity approximately 1,000 units. Approximately 3,000 units. 3,000 units. 3,000 units. 1,000 units. So these 1,000 units are the right ones, right? Right click. Open scan results window. Right. So I'm going after the ones with 1,250 and not the ones with 2,500, right? Is that right? Open the cargo hold and drag the request. Okay. It says low density asteroids, so I'm assuming I want the ones that don't have enough quantity. $1K and $3K. Well, they are so on the outside it says 1K and 3K. Right? Yeah, yeah, that says 3K. But if you look at the list view, it's actually 1,250 and 2,500. We're doing the epic arc punch. What's the cost of the Pioneer? It was free for me. I think that the BPO is 34 million in LowSec, or in sorry, in ore space, which is nullsec. They just reinforced Kosogo, according to CSP Swift. That's probably a good idea. Okay, so a couple more people managed to get tickets. I don't know why some people are not getting tickets. Yeah, I don't see anything about that. How did I snag a free one? Yeah, the Epic Arc gives you a free one. All right, so this is one of the ones with 1,000 units. So we're going to mine this one.
The capacitor is empty.
Oh, I'll regenerate some capacitor first. I work second shift, so I won't be live until midnight. Probably good. They've been having to clean up some. Oh, there is a health bar. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Hold on. I can move this over here. You can actually see a health bar around the ore when you have a survey chipset. Now, one of the things that is true is you can't actually drag these around. Like right now, you can't drag and reorder your stuff like you're supposed to. Yes, this is exactly what we were looking for. Keep it up. Good. Excellent. I had to try the code twice. What, the exclamation point plunder? Yeah, Charles got in, so whatever Charles did worked. Right, Nixie, I understand I want to mine with all three, but I wanted to give my capacitor a chance to get above 30% before I turned them all on. Because of that. That beep beep. Oh! Jackpot! That's kind of cool. I like the little crit sound effect. That's kind of nice. I'm just going to have to give People... If you didn't get a thing that says that you got a ticket to the raffle, I guess keep trying it. You were saying good about Midnight, glitches and hotfixes? Oh, like... I mean, it's getting better as time goes on. When I woke up this morning, you literally could not build the Odysseus, and you could not really do the Epic Arc. They fixed the Epic Arc. The Odysseus won't be fixed until tomorrow. But, you know, giving them time to sort things out is probably a good idea. Hey, Malak got it counted. Does it need to be exclamation point? Is it capital? No. Nope, it worked for Big Papa, too. So... I don't know why it is or isn't working. I blame YouTube and YouTube chat. Wait. Why?
The asteroid is defeated.
That didn't... Oh, I have to add this to the cargo hold of the Odysseus. Why do I want to do it from the ones with the lower amount then? Don't I want to do it from the ones with the higher amount then? Does it matter which ones I do? From low density asteroids, does it matter which one of these Feldspar isotopes well, I guess we could find out. Let's find out. Let's go ahead and mine this one because I got kind of confused. My jackpot on the 5K units from this mission added up to an extra 175 units with mining precision 2. Yes, it matters. Wait, yes, it matters which one I mine from, so I have to mine from the ones with only 1,200 units? They do not stack. Okay. The story is that only a specific isotope is interesting to them. Okay. So he said that this one was the right one, so I'm gonna, I guess, go only after these smaller ones. They look the same, but they don't act the same, so you can scam somebody with it. Well, yeah, but it's internal to the site, so who's leaving the site to go buy somebody else's stuff? That's so weird, because, like, it also makes sense that, like, 2 of these would be 5,000 units. So instead you have to mine... I guess that's true. So you have to mine all 4 of the asteroids with 1,000 units in it. Because 1,250 units times 4 is 5,000, which is how many you need. So there you go. Well, at least that gives you guys all time to figure out whether or not you've been entered into the raffle. Yeah, we just want the small ones.
The capacitor is empty.
Whoops. Probably should have put some sort of cap on this thing. You just tried once? Charles, you are in. So, if that's what you're worried about. Yeah, low density means the lower quantity ones. Hi, puppy girl. Hi.
The capacitor is empty.
She wants me to take her back outside so bad. Going up? Like up? 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 Okay. Correct. This miner falls between a venture and a barge and is the reward from the Epic Arc line. In fact, the first step of the Epic Arc line. So after the first mission of the 3. So I assume that the rocks are the same size visually, but they're trying to teach you to tell with the scanner which ones are more profitable because they're the more dense. Right. It's just weird that they make you go after the ones that are less dense. But whatever. I'll take it that Epic Arc is a new one. Yes, this is the first Epic Arc that they've introduced in 16 years. It's only 3 missions long. If you want all of the news from this expansion, I have a video that I posted from a few days ago that is all of the... we went over every single piece of the expansion notes, and we talked about it in depth. So you can get all of the information about the expansion there. And then... okay, so scan again. We're going to go after this one. I'll check out that video. Well, that Explorer command ship looked bad. Oh, it looks so good. Which rock am I going for? There, that one. There we go. It was starting to bother me a little bit too much. What's my lock range? Oh, wow, I have a really long lock range with this thing, too. Let's see. Open scan results, open mining ledger, disable mining overlay. Okay. And then when it crits, you see the big blue flash, and you hear the triumph. Yeah, 24K mining laser range, and that's at 4. At 5, it's actually about 26 kilometers. Or no, yeah, 24 is at 5. I've got 22 right now, and that's without boosts. This is the Ore Destroyer. So this is the new Tech 1 destroyer. How far do I think the lasers will reach with 5? Probably 40 kilometers. 45 kilometers, somewhere in there. Just based on... that's my rough guess based on, like... because strip miners go to 30, 35 with boosts. $50K. Okay, Satonia comes in with 50 kilometers plus with Orca boosts. Woo! Yeah, at that point you're having lock range issues, right? What is this thing's lock range? Oh, it's yeah, it's got a lock range of 50 kilometers. So you'd have to get that boosted in order to go further than 50. I'm excited too. This is good stuff. That's I plunder, Herbie. You need exclamation point plunder. The dot needs to go at the bottom, not the top. You go mega insane and use the harvest implant set as well. Also the old boosters, right? Or there's boosters that extend range right now too. Let's head to that one. Due to the lower density, the feldspar isotopes they are after may have less neuron sand, be more stable, unstable. They might be mining unstable feldspar. Fingers crossed it won't explode. Huh? Is that in the description? Feldspar, whose properties have been modified through unknown astral phenomena, otherwise worthless, it might divulge its secrets when examined by an expert. Okay, no. I can do daily goals even faster now. Yeah. Like I said, I think these things are going to be a monster in home fronts. Oh. After may have less neutrons. I see. Hopefully more epic arcs will be in the near future. If this one works well and the volume of people doing it justifies other, I agree. 0 estimated ISK price. So anytime a CCP introduces anything new, it usually has a 0 estimated ISK price on day one, unless it's like a commodity or something that has a fixed price, because estimated price is based on last week's averages, and there is no averages from last week. Also, this is like a special mission rock, and so it doesn't have any real value. Ernst already have an AFK setup ready, so it might lead to some changes. I'm assuming that the AFK setup for the home fronts. The thing is that those home fronts are already pretty much like, especially the mining one is the most like multi-box / AFK'd, so it almost doesn't change anything. No, yeah, this is a Feldspar isotope. It's just for this one specific mission. Does this epic arc affect standings like the others? We'll find out. I have turned in one mission so far. I don't think so. I don't know who's... Let's see. Anything jumping out as having pluses right now? Oh, yep. I did get standings from the previous one with OR, and that is a corporation. So OR Technologies as a corporation did give me some standings for the first mission, or the faction has yet to give me anything. I think this shorter mining cycles will increase ore productivity, mining per hour, because it's part of the cycle mining a rock that was already gone. I agree, Marcos. Like, there's the redundancy of multiple lasers and the wasted time of a laser that is mining on something that has already been depleted is now mitigated more. That is correct. Were there ore missions in HiSec previously? No. I'm pretty sure most of my ore standings come from derived standings. Wait, shouldn't ore just be a corp? Does the faction have multiple corps? Yes. Let's find out. Yes. Yeah, they have Frontline Laboratories, Ore Technology, Outer Ring Development, Outer Ring Excavations, and Outer Ring Prospecting as their different corporations. I got 53 boosted coveted Orca and Cheap Tech. That's awesome. But again, like, you would actually need to also boost your lock range, because your lock range is only going to be 50. I did get ore standings. The faction? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that'll probably be for the last mission. So let's just go ahead and approach the Odysseus. Once again, here is the new SOE ship in all of its glory. By the way, that is actually a good point. I didn't check. When we looked at stuff, we didn't look. SOE Expedition Command Ship skins. Are there any skins for this yet? No. No skins for this one. Oh wait, that was Corp about to finish last hour. Okay. Oh hey. You can see I can see my mining hold from here. It's 64% full. Also, you can always right-click on your cargo hold and switch your tracked hold and bay to mining to show how full your mining hold is. I assume the black one they used in dev blog was just Skinner. Yeah, it does look so. Here I come. It is funny that it, like, trails you. Is that... Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that... Wait, is that because of dynamic camera offset, I wonder? Wait, it just disappeared completely. That's interesting. Alright. Let's go ahead and put 5,000 units in the Odysseus' mining hold. And that's it. Now we're heading home, apparently. No message? No message for us? Is this ship going to take off now? Oh, here we go. And we're done. Great work, Captain. Analyzing now. This is quite unexpected. These isotopes were formed in a massive explosion. Oh, you did warp off. How can that be possible? Phase fields don't explode, do they? Strange indeed. Based on their position, I have been able to trace the origin point back to the event that created them. Perhaps you'll find answers there. This must be incorrect. These coordinates lead to an Upwell Consortium research base. The coordinates are correct. It must be your assumptions that are wrong. Thank you, Jacques. I don't know how to pronounce French names. I owe you one. Captain, it seems that we're done here. Come and see me again, and then we can put an end to all of this. Dun, dun, dun!
Warp drive active.
Remember, exclamation point, plunder for your chance to win a skin. If you haven't already. You get any of these Skinner ones that I have. Be them, any of these. So we've got this burst. We have my Dark Cerberus. We have the Dark Tiger. We have this Kiki. Which is sick looking. We have the Mauro Procurer, as well as... Let me just grab these two. The Drifter Sweep, which is a Synesis, as well as another one of this black Horizon Pioneer skin. You'll be able to pick any one of these that you want if you win. Now I have 118 extra isotopes. Probably because of that crit.
Warp drive active.
Landfall Orbital Center. These are good landmarks. Like I said, starting I think next week, we're going to be doing a tour of New Eden, looking specifically for landmarks to talk about and effects to show off on the Odysseus. Also, I did we were looking up what how the gas surveying works, and my understanding is that it isn't working that well right now. So hopefully they'll fix that. But yeah, it doesn't show up in the same way or something. I haven't quite looked up. I'm pretty sure if you just look up the scan results thing, but like because they don't appear in space in the same way. I am looking forward to our next moon mining op. Absolutely. Which we do have moon mining and other activities. If you want to join the Convocation of Empyreans and help maximize player engagement with EVE Online or just hang out with us, you're welcome to do so. You don't actually even have to join the Convocation of Empyreans. You can just come and hang out in our Discord. Say hi. Make sure if you are a sponsor or a member of the channel, you get your YouTube hooked up so you get access to the member-only chat. And you can also flag yourself as interested in YouTube and our Roles channel, so that way you get notified anytime I go live. Very much thank you to all of those who do make the choice to support the channel. You can do so by becoming a member for only like $1 a month via YouTube, or you can do it through Patreon. You can give me a one-time donation through PayPal at ashrothi@gmail.com, etc., etc. But either way, I appreciate all of you for just hanging out and, you know, liking the channel and sharing it with some friends. one jump out. So yeah. So far, good, pretty decent expansion. Lots of known issues. We should probably actually pull up the known issues page and just look at it. So we have, hold on, actually, let's refresh just in case, because there were some that got fixed. Okay. Agency paid for phase field states that the site lasts for 2 to 3 days, when it's actually basically 1 to 2 days, 20 to 40 hours. Faction warfare, NPCs not appearing in Galente small sites. And the Thrashers and Amara Mimitar sites look like coercers. The Epic Arc was originally having a problem. It has been resolved. So if you had spawned your mission right at downtime or within the first few hours, then you will need to file a support ticket or wait for it to get cleared out. And LP stores, the learning implants are missing in several of the loyalty point stores. The insurgency map is messed up right now. Switching between 3D and 2D mode and vice versa can cause the map camera to behave inconsistently. Unable to select the focus and current location button after using a shortcut to enter the map. Color bar filter visualization does not adjust the color scale to the map for services and planet filters. Map in the insurgency window does not always load. Alliances are not appearing in the 2D map. So those are all things that'll probably get fixed by downtime. The blueprints for the new efficiency charges are not seeded. Even if they were seeded, they cannot be built. Neither can the Odysseus. Player skill key can become paused and stuck if they had the mining barge skill training in their queue before downtime. Oh, right. So yeah, if you had mining barge training, because it has a prerequisite of mining destroyer, it might have gotten paused. So if you already had it trained, then it's fine. If it was in the middle of training, you might need to train mining destroyer up to 3 to be able to keep happening in order to keep training your mining barge. Mobile phase anchors don't have a bracket, transforming any attempt to click the thing into an exercise in futility, hilarity, and or rage. Good note. The wrong image for phased asteroid is used in the user manual tab. When using mining surveyor while in range of a phased prismaticite, its value is set to unknown and unable to reorder and move around locked targets. So that's a known issue. So that's good. All right. Let's get back to it. All right, Elias. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh no! I think it just said this. Hold on. What did it just say? In rare instances, the objectives in game will show as completed, but Elias will say that there are still objectives to remain. Relogging will fix this issue. Okay, so let's try that. On the value of Veldspar isotope, Veldspar is Veldspar is Veldspar when it comes to freelance projects that use Veldspar folder in order to accept all types of Veldspar. Oh no, yeah, this is a problem that we run into with freelance projects, right? Because like if you say I want all kinds of Veldspar, people can turn in like mission Veldspar that is not worth anything, which is CC please fix, please fix. I want to be able to buy a Veldspar without being scammed by people. All right. Yay, it did work. All right. And I get a mobile phase anchor blueprint for this one. Whatever happened in Sarnai happened at this abandoned Upwell site. With your help, we'll uncover the truth and give Sarnai's legacy the ending it deserves. Looks like you're not quite ready for this mission yet. I recommend flying a Pioneer fitted for mining and also a data analyzer. Okay. Oh shit, you're right. I'm sorry. I thought I closed. I thought I hit it. I thought I closed it. What is Mission Veldspar? So, how do I show this? Yeah. Oh, so you guys are familiar with this problem. Is that what you're trying to say, Satonia? Is this going to get fixed ever? Yeah. Banadine is a type of Veldspar that can be turned in to Veldspar projects, but is not actually worth anything or as much. Work is interfering with your YouTube watching. Well, guess what? VODs are a thing. Yay! All right. Did I put the hacking module on? No, I have not yet. So let's go ahead and put this on here and get going. This should be the last mission too. So Banadine can't be used to craft anything, correct? It can be turned in, but it can be turned in for missions. That is my understanding, yes. But the problem is that it counts as Veldspar. So if you put like a objective up, like a freelance project that says, I want Veldspar, and you say like all the types of Veldspar, then it will include that one too.
Warp drive active.
14 minutes left in the giveaway. Figures EVE players would realize that and turn it in for such things. Yeah. Well, one of the reasons why I haven't talked about it much is because, you know, I'm kind of we're living on the people that don't know can't do it world. Looks like the tickets are working better now. See, this one takes me through Jita too. Wait, isn't this taking me to the same place? I don't remember. Hey, Sheesh. Coming in with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much on behalf of Epic, Renegade Anno, Pandemic, Susil, and Frankie. Thank you so much, Sheesh, and thank you for your support. Love you, bro. You're the best. It is people like Sheesh and others who are willing to contribute that allow this channel to be possible. So thank you so much to Sheesh on behalf of everybody who enjoys my channel. But all my alts got different systems as destinations for the Epic Arc. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it tracks that they are random. I was just wondering whether or not it's the same random one for yourself. Like, because I think Ancilla was the one I had before, too. Mining missions also have the amount of mission ore to complete... have only the amount of mission ore to complete the mission. So if you scan down a miner doing missions and mine even 1 unit of that ore, they cannot complete the mission. Is that still true, though, with procs and or, like, crits and stuff, though? Maybe there's going to be extra ore now? Like, I ended up with extra isotopes. Or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't played in a long time. Yeah. Oh, they also, by the way, that is actually something that we can do. Probably not today, just because it's already starting to go a little long. But maybe if I manage to stream before my Odysseus is built, one of the things I do want to test is doing the Odyssey using this what is this thing? Excuse me. Using the Pioneer to run level 1 and 2 missions for ore missions, because level 1 and 2 mining missions just had their sites updated and their rewards increased. So we'll want to check to see, like, as a new player, I just got myself a Pioneer. Is it going to be valuable to me to go do mining missions? That's the question. That's one of the questions I want. Yeah. Based on the Epic arc, there is going to be more due to crits and people looking for something to do with it. Yeah. I've been working on many of my alts, and I'm a Horde member. My apologies. My condolences, rather. Not watched everything from today's stream, but did you end up answering all your questions from the other day? Not quite all of them, no. Hey there, Captain. The origin point of the explosion that killed Sarnai is just through there if you're ready.
Warp drive active.
Let's see. Gas survey seems like it's wishy-washy. The tube sub version, like the of the map, I think it's just whether or not it's scrolled in or not. It was just like the subway view of it is like the scrolled in 2D map. Wow, what is this? Some kind of Upwell Consortium facility, or at least it was? Looks like there's an Upwell structure with an intact data at the heart of the debris and mines. Oh god, landmines. Get close to the Upwell structure and I'll pull whatever answers I can. Some of the debris is blocking your way, and there are proximity mines that will explode if you get too close. Use your mining lasers to remove asteroids to clear a safe path. Okay. I can't scroll out any further than this. I'm locked into my camera view here. And I can't see the landmines from here. Oh, okay. I don't know how big their bubble is, though. Like, that's a big bubble, and I can't quite get a good bead on how big it is. I can see there's a phased prismaticite over there. Man, this feels kind of dangerous. I can't radial. Yeah, I can radial off of that, but oh, okay, now I can. Okay. Wait, why couldn't I radial off of this before? I don't know, it was inconsistent. Just slow boat it if I want to be safe. Yeah. We'll take one cycle of micro warp drive. Kind of wish I hadn't have taken off all my tank, huh? Full speed, 45 degrees down, and then straight up. Well, okay, but I'm just trying to figure it out, like as if I don't know what I'm doing. Locked zoom looks like they're pulling ideas from Frontier. This comes from the Abyss. That's how the Abyss works. They've done this before. I can't see the radius of the Upwell proximity mine, though. That's crazy. Rubble? Oh, crit! That was a crit, right? Yeah, critical success. That's cool. Oh, rubble is also a type of Veldspar? Well, that's not good. Almost done. There's a bit more space to maneuver now. Let's cut the path. Okay, so now at least I can see the radius. So I guess I just go straight through where that rock was. One pulse of micro-warp drive just in case. Yeah, there's the proximity mine. And I can see its bubble now. I can kind of see its bubble very faintly. Looks like I'm below it at the moment. There's another one over there that is also between me and it. Okay. So that rubble isn't really relevant. That rubble isn't really relevant. That rubble might be relevant? This is a kind of a cool site. I don't know. Yeah, because I can see... Looks like there's a landmine between me. So this is the 20... So that is the one that I'm closest to, and it's 22 kilometers, and I'm fairly ways away from it still. But there's a landmine between me and the guys. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, I'm going really close to one of the landmines now. Okay. I think I just go below, right? We just go below? Any ideas on what to do with relogging not working? What, with the... Are you docked up and, like, it says that you're complete, but it's not complete? Because that's the one that got fixed by relogging. Looks like this... I can kind of thread the needle over here. Yep. A little bit of manual piloting. Pulse the micro warp drive one more cycle. I've done 2 full relogs. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I got within 11 kilometers of the bubble, so I assume that they're 10 kilometers wide. And whew. So this is tight, but I think I can cut in now. Okay. Okay. All right. Dog's on the move. All right. Go here slow or else I'll miss story pop-ups. I haven't gotten any extra story pop-ups per se. There's a bubble. There's no bubbles there. There's a bubble over there. That's fine. Target is invulnerable. Ah, hold on. There's a ship warping in. What? A ship approaches. Wait. Director Becker's Outrider. Okay. Director Charlotte Becker. Not so fast, Captain. Elias, I know who you are and why you are here. Trust me, recovering that data is the last thing Sar and I would have wanted. Well, we have a new shadiest thing that Aura has ever done. We're here for the truth, whatever Or and Upwell did. Oh, no, she's eating calm. We're here for the truth, whatever Or and Upwell did here. It's the least you owe Sarnai. How can you be so sure she wouldn't want the world to know? That's what we're trying to do. Because she died trying to bury it. It's dangerous information in the wrong hands. You have to trust me. Honor her sacrifice. Destroy the structure. I don't hack a structure to either transmit the data or destroy all evidence. Okay. So wait, okay. So I can make a choice? I can have a moral choice in this game? Really? Obviously there's one answer, which is transmit, right? Like, the world's got to know. So transmit the data for the gravimetric transmitter, or destroy it with the purge initiator. So let's go ahead and hack the gravimetric transponder, or whatever, the transmitter. And done. I hope you can live with what you've done. I'm immortal, bitch. People deserve to know, Becker. Captain, I cannot thank you enough. Upwell has the best lawyers in the cluster, and with the evidence out there, the truth might just stand a chance. Grab the proof of transmission of the transmitter and get out of there. Proof of transmission. I have it. Set destination. Let's go! To my shame, I panic hacked when I was told a ship warped in and blew up the station. That's what you get for panicking. Wait a minute. That structure that we just warped past on the outside, the choice you make, Malin, don't bring that to me right now. So, hold on. That structure that I warped out right past, like, there's a bunch of Upwell structures there, but that wreck that we saw right as I was warping out, that was a drifter structure. That was a drifter structure. That was the drifter structure from the Drifter Crisis. Just throwing that out there. That was absolutely a blown up drifter structure. Other Epic Arcs choices affect standings. I hope this affects, like, something long term. But honestly, I just like the fact that there is a choice there, even though it may not matter. It matters to me. It matters to me. Which a lot of choices in a lot of games are basically just that. So, Alright, this is your last chance. Exclamation point plunder for your chance to win. When we dock up and turn this in, we'll probably be done with the Epic Arc, in which case we will do the giveaway. Oh, hold on. Entries have now been resumed, so now you can exclamation point plunder if you haven't yet to get in. Feel free to do it one more time just in case you didn't get counted earlier. Considering I betrayed Or and still got Or faction standings makes me think it's a cosmetic choice or a background or hidden vote of what the next step in the narrative will be. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Simon, you're good. You're in. TL, you're good. You're in. Sheesh, you just got in. Brian, you got it? You're good? Now? I'm just double checking to make sure everybody who's doing it is at least either on the list or just got added to the list. Remember, you're going to be able to choose any of the Skinner designs that I have saved, including this new Vanta Black or setup thanks to Thrans. You got 0.588 faction for blowing it up. We'll see what I get for not blowing it up. I assume it's going to be the same. I assume it won't make a dramatic difference. It is interesting that there is a choice there. But we'll see whether or not it actually, like, quote-unquote, matters. Oh yeah, epic arcs can be really good for standings. Or in the fleet hangar doesn't compress with the hotkey. I don't know if that's a bug though. Because isn't it just all of the ore in your ore hold? Isn't that like what the thing is? It does have to be mapped. That's true. Like by default, your compress all button is not mapped. No, because no, because I was able to compress ore that was in my normal cargo hold earlier in a freighter. No, I was able to compress things that was in my freighter. So it's not just the mining hold. So the fact that it isn't doing it in the fleet hangar is a bit odd. Will this be repeatable? Unknown. I think all epic arcs can be repeated every 4 months.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, it might be a bug. We'll see.
Docking request accepted.
I mean, I would say if you could right-click and compress, then it should compress. Stupid fast JP. Why didn't that work? Oh, is it 3? It's 3 months. I always get that one wrong. Stupid fast JP, that didn't work. You might need to try again. I tried 10 different times in a fleet hangar. That's what I'm saying. Like, there might be just... Can you compress manually in the fleet hangar is what I want to know. Because I think you probably can, and I think it probably is a bug that it doesn't count it. When it was stuck earlier today, I tried to see if quitting would give me my message, and it did have a warning about 3-month repeatability. There you go. Yeah, yeah, you can do it every 3 months. All right, complete mission. Finally, I can put Sarnai to rest. This is not what she deserved. She deserves to have a full life, grow old, and die in comfort, but it's what she would have wanted, and there's honor in that. Thank you, Captain. I couldn't have made it through without you. You are welcome, sir. So now let's go ahead and open up our standings and see that I got... Interesting. I got a .447 for that mission. Which makes me wonder... Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. It doesn't show, like, how much of a change. Well, or... Yeah, it depends on the starting level. Dang it. Well... Oh, well. Either way, that is the epic arc. It's pretty simple, but it's a fun little introduction. You get the ore, and they seed a whole bunch of these new mobile phase or anchor blueprints. And that's about it. So, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and do the final, let's do the skin giveaway. I'm going to give, if Stupid Fast JP wants to do exclamation point plunder one more time in the next few seconds, I'm going to give him one more chance to do that since it didn't seem to take last time, and then we'll lock it up and do it. The notification should have the actual. Thank you. This just says Elias standing by 1.06, 2 others affected. So we could also look in mail, right? No. No. All right. Well, I guess I apologize, Stupid Fast JP. You didn't manage to get in, I guess. I'm going to just close this up now. Do you have mining relations? So that's the thing I was thinking about, is that I may or may not have... I do not have any ranks in mining connections. But that's loyalty point gain, not standings. Standings should come from... It's just social. Yeah, and I have social 5. All right. Let's see here. And close the giveaway. And... Where, what is going on? My page doesn't have like a pick a winner button? Hold on a second. I have cancel and resume entries. I have the 18 people. Okay. If I go to the winners tab, I can hit pick winner. Sorry. It's been a while since I've played with this interface. All right, ready? And your standings gain smaller and smaller the closer you get to 100%. Yeah, that's true. I just wish that you could tell what the actual bonus was, so that way I could compare the two, but whatever. Mila, you there? I need to know which one of these skins that you want. You can pick. Mila. Your choices are... The burst, totally rigged. This gold and silver burst, my dark Cerberus, the dark tiger, which is the, man, what is this thing? It's an Inquisitor, the drifter sweep, Synesis, or the Horizon Pioneer, Pioneer. Which one do you want, Mila? Congratulations. Yes, thank you. Thank you to everybody congratulating Mila. It's true. Great job, Mila. Horizon Pioneer, that's what I thought. So we're going to go here and say sell to specific target. Mila Regiri. We're going to do it for 1 ISK. List for 3 weeks, just in case. And, yeah. That should be it. Good to go? All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. I've been Ashrothi. I've been playing this game since 2010, talking about it since 2012, and I'm here to put even into context for you, my fellow Imperians. Thank you guys for joining me on today, the release day of Catalyst. We will be covering more Catalyst features as time goes on over the next couple of days, weeks, or whatever. We especially want to look into things like the mining missions, things like, well, we still need to, you know what, actually, do we want to do this today? No, because it's too far away. We do still have some other questions to ask, like, whether are the new mutaplasmids come from? What are the mining bonuses in Intaki look like? We do know the mining skill locations, and we have looked into the Epic Arc. So those answers all got solved. We still have to figure out what bonuses are in Intaki, but we'll get to that, I think, next time. In the meantime, I've been Ashrothi, the voice of New Eden. Thank you all for coming in, especially thanks to my top supporters. 745 MPSI, Arydanika the Queen, Bad Boy Smooth, Ebo Leet, Erladis, Elange, Flash Gordon, May, Malak Starfire, Malin, Mercuton, Mayak, Nephilim, LM1, Sheesh, Susuro, and Rid. Thank you all so much, and thank you guys, every single one of them, you who have liked, commented, and subscribed, and shared it with somebody else, as I know you all do, because you care so much about the stream, and I care about you. So, until next time, I've been Ashrothi, the voice of New Eden, and I'll see you in space. Like the stream for the guineas. We did watch the I watched the Catalyst trailer, but I didn't watch it live because I don't want to be copyright hit by the music. I do recommend going and watch it though.
Bring on the wrecking machine. For every city